So I'm absolutely delighted to be catching up with Pallavi. Good morning to you, my time. Good afternoon to you, your time there in Hyderabad in India. Are you keeping well?
Hi, John. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Yes, all of the snow has gone from here, so we're okay.
And namaste from India, and thank you for having me here with you today.
Good, no problem at all. Well, thank you for taking the time. As always, it's great to always catch up with you. And that's what I try and do really as a journalist is rather than just do one piece is touch base with people regularly to see how things are moving forward and stuff. And obviously, the first time we connected was at the very beginning of the pandemic, and here we are coming up for 12 months later. Um, Easing in locations, I think, and we seem to be making some progress here with vaccinations and stuff, but it affects everybody differently. How things for you there at the moment?
Here it is like if everything is opened as if now people are back to work, but definitely it's not normal like it was before Corona. The things are not very exactly same, but yeah, slowly things have opened and people are back to work. Offices are opening, but it is like the companies are inviting that once or twice in a week like that. So yeah, things are not very normal as it was before.
Now, when I caught up with you last time, you were challenging yourself every day to have activities to kind of be proactive and stuff because obviously you were unable to go out. Are you able to pick up your activities where you go out and help people and stuff like that? Is that better now?
Yeah, not I'm like I said, not exactly the same how it was before Corona, but slowly, yeah, like we have understood that now this is the new normal, right? And we can't just be at home, right? Life has to move on and things has to move on, right? Else it's gonna affect badly all the rest of the things, right? The economy and everything. So my coming to my work, my social work, my environmental initiatives, so I'm kind of like avoiding to go out, and as much as possible whatever I can do being at home and virtually, that's what I'm trying, because going out involving a lot of volunteers, and again we know that Corona is not yet gone, right? It's still there. We started getting this vaccination and all, but still it did not come to the common man yet, right? So it's always advisable and it's better as much as precautions we have to take, we in our daily activity. So I'm avoiding going out, and especially in large numbers. But yes, couple of times, like in the last 2 3 months, I have went to, for a few of the initiatives I have went, right? Because here it was winters. Right now I'm not in Hyderabad, I'm in New Delhi, the northern part of India. So it's like very cold over here. I mean, now right now it is fine, but last month, December, it was very cold. So we know that there are people on the street, right, who does not have even a shelter, and they are just out in the chilly winter. So that is my my regular initiatives which we do like every year in winters, to at least, if we cannot provide them shelter, at least we can help them with whatever little we can, like those woolen clothes. So that is what which I have done. So yeah, that's, I felt it is mandatory, and I try to take all the precautions, like I went with minimal people, and not in large gatherings, and not gathering in huge numbers, not like that. Just we went calmly, we did our work and we came back. So that's how we are doing now.
Okay, so you're still trying to get your initiatives going again, the ones that you do regularly, taking people out in smaller numbers, but trying to make a difference in whichever way that you can. So throughout
Yeah.
lockdown, I know when you came up with your calls for celebration, which is, if it's your birthday, then you use that as a way of doing something for people, and people started responding to you in your workplace and then reaching out to you on social media. Do you think it's doing something, and it doesn't matter how big or small it is, that you do something, then other people connect with you, and then it's that kind of moving it forward? That's how we make a real difference. Are you finding people are responding to what you're doing throughout lockdown now and wanting to get involved?
Yeah, I mean, definitely people are they're very much interested to get involved. And cause for celebration, my idea and my purpose, how I started was, here in India we have this is a kind of a sentiment which you will find everywhere wherever you go in any part of India. Is like we people are very much into doing something noble on their special days. So my idea of cause for celebration was because of that on their special days, their birthdays, anniversary, promotion, or anything, right? They want to do something noble, they want to do some social work. So that's how I started. So if it is, either it is lockdown or it is not lockdown, your birthday, your anniversary, that's going to come every year, right? So earlier, and it was my initiative, is like connecting the donor and the needy, right? It's we are helping the person who is in need, the underprivileged, the lower income communities. But it is also a satisfaction which is getting to the person, the donor. Like everyone has that sentiment to do something noble, right? So that's how it is. It's an emotion, it's a sentiment. So it does not matter it's a lockdown, or in lockdown we have got a lot of opportunities to help people who have suffered, really, who have suffered due to the lockdown, the our daily wage workers, right? Our migrant workers. So I mean, considering the challenges which we are having, still people are there who wants to help. In fact, during lockdown, even now, I get a lot of good response from the people who wants to be in touch, who wants to know if you are doing anything. Just please let us know, and we'll also get involved. And now, I mean, thanks to you, first of all, you and Rihad, we have connected during the ocean stay, and you have helped to make my work reach to in other countries as well. I got to connect to the other people who were invited in your newsroom, and they are also into social work. And we are now talking that how we can help, how we can extend this reach, and we can have something, to help people globally, right? We can have some this kind of platform where you are anywhere in the world, and you can just reach us, and we'll be there to help you, something like that. We are even working on that as well. So yeah, I mean, people like I have got a very good response. After that, I have connected to many other volunteers who are into social work. And yeah, and everybody is ready to collaborate. And just the ultimate motto, the aim is to make this world, this place, a happy and kind place for everyone. And whatever as an individual we can do, to our capacity, to our capabilities, we are just trying that.
Yeah, we've all got the ability to do something. It's about doing something that whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that we're doing something. I mean, so are you saying that in India, when it's your birthday, it's almost like a tradition that you do something for other people?
uh, not like a tradition, but it's a sentiment, you
A
can say
sentiment.
that. Like, yeah, like I said, I mean, wherever you go, like I have been into northern part, I have been into southern part of India, I have been to various places, and this is one sentiment which I have observed is there everywhere. I mean, we are like 29 different states, 29 different languages, culture. We are like unity in diversity, right? So every state has their own language, their own culture, but this is something, a sentiment which I feel a true, every Indian has. I mean, that's my observation, because I have been to different places and I have met different people. I have experienced their culture, but this is something I have been observing since my childhood. On your special days, like we prefer visiting temple, and there will be poor people, right? So we prefer to feed them, and do something noble. Either it is a money donation, or a food, sponsoring food in orphanage or school. I mean, at least on your special days, that is a sentiment which is there across India. So
Okay, that's cool. Now, when I spoke to you last time, you were just in throes of setting up a cause for celebration as an NGO, a non-government organisation. How are you getting on? Have you made any progress?
that is that is not yet done, I mean, very officially. But as of now, like there is we have our another like family trust. I'm doing it as a project of that. But yeah, definitely, I mean, in future I'm gonna have it official as an independent body, you can say, as an NGO. That's, yeah, I mean, work is in progress for that.
I can see you going from being this IT analyst specialist who's really interested in helping people to being able to do this, and I see maybe a future in politics through helping people on the grassroots or something. So yeah.
No, I think I really don't have any interest in politics. I just have interest in serving the people. That is my passion. And that is something which I have, experienced and realized all these years of my work, of my volunteership, and, the kind of work I was involved into since my childhood days. So that is something I have discovered it as a purpose of my life to help people. But I really don't have any interest in politics.
But you see, you're talking about the politics of what everybody else knows, which is, political parties and all that. I'm talking about the politics of social activism, which is helping people, that kind of stuff. So yeah, being a good person and helping people for the right reason.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be there always, and definitely. I mean, like I started with absolutely, just a small volunteering activities, and then gradually it has happened. I mean, I never had this plan. I never thought that one day I'm gonna have my own NGO or I'm gonna register. It was not like that. It has happened in a vice versa way, right? I was into volunteering, right, with different NGOs. I was always involved into different activities, social activities, environmental activities. Like, there are a lot of organization here, government organization, NGOs who are into such activities. So I was always a volunteer since my school days, and then gradually it has happened because it's a gap which you feel, and then you feel like that you can work on the solution for it, right? Like I have told you, people used to approach me, seeing my involvement, my colleagues, their friends in the network, people around used to approach me that whenever they want to do anything noble, or any activity, right? So if they want to get involved, but nobody knows how to start, where to go, which one is genuine, which one is not genuine, what is, because there's a lot of information available. So definitely, you approach to your friend, your family member. So like that, people used to approach me, and that is the only motivation how I started independently also doing these things, right? So yeah, I mean, now people are associated with me, and I get a lot of response from different parts of India, and now thanks to you and other social media network, and through other links, people from other countries also, they are contacting. We are work on something global, or some platform, some organization which is working globally, right? So it just happening gradually. So
It's good.
yeah, so that's my, like, I have discovered it as my purpose of life to be into public service, to help people. So yeah, I mean, as of now, I don't know gradually where it will take me, but definitely I will be into this public service always.
Good. Quite right as well, and that's fantastic. That's good for all of us that you're interested like that, and we need other young women as well, and boys as well, being motivated by people like yourself who they can see that you can make a difference, and it's not about big public brash gestures. It's small local activism through doing the things that you can do with the money you have available, and then motivating and enabling others to be able to help if they want to, but maybe they don't have the time or the know-how and stuff. So that's good. Just one final quick question. Obviously, looking sort of globally and stuff, we've seen the sort of the impact of the pandemic. Obviously, there's all the kind of the terrible aspects of people losing their lives and losing their jobs and all that. And I don't think we've even got anywhere close to understanding the true impact of COVID-19, and it will probably go on for many years. But it's also given the environment, for one example, and the climate, the improvement in air quality, less traffic and stuff like that. Do you see the pandemic has been maybe a bit of a wake-up call as well, or an opportunity to reset and move forward in new ways for advocating maybe for less cars, more sustainable ways of doing things?
Yeah, definitely. I see it in that way, because I am into environmental activities. I'm an environmentalist since a very early age, and people like us, right? We already knew, like, we are already awakened, but I have felt the difference during this lockdown, right? Because that is something which every human, everybody want to have that kind of a life, right? Nobody wants to breathe an air which is polluted, right? So during lockdown, when we were completely inside home and we were not going out, we have experienced that thing, that air is fresh. I mean, when you even step into your balcony, right, in your home only, just when you're going to the balcony, you could feel the difference. You could feel more animals, like more birds around. You could hear the chirping of birds. You could actually feel more freshness, right? And slowly, when things started getting opening, when we are going out, we are seeing roads are more clean. So I feel, because when I have spoken to people, I have realized that people are understanding this thing, that it was our action which was missing, right? When you are going out, when you, everybody just talk about, okay, air is polluted, but nobody was realizing that we are also a contributor in that, right? When there are so many vehicles on the road, and everybody, there is some small, I would not say compromise, but it is just a conscious action which we have to take, like use public transport as much as you can. But everybody, they feel like, oh, it's an inconvenience or something, they have their own vehicle, and we just prefer going in our own vehicle. There are multiple ways how you can help the environment, like you can do carpooling, or if you have to go out to a smaller distance, you can use cycle, or you can go by walk. But we are we are so how to say, like uh, the vehicle, that sounds as so convenient, that okay, why to walk or why to use cycle, that's like a more of a effort. So that's where the thing we were lacking, every individual was lacking, right? But I have experienced that these COVID, that lockdown came as a wake up call, and people have definitely awakened. And now I see here in India, I see a lot of initiatives from the government and also for the environment. And of course, like government is working on that Paris Agreement. And I was listening to our prime minister a couple of days back, and is like very confident we will not only fulfill that, but we will exceed that. And I have trust in our government. I know government is also putting a lot of efforts now. Here, if you see, like going around, a lot of talks are going on about the electric vehicles, and that's already coming on the road. And in next few years, it's only would be electric vehicle. So government is doing their job, but definitely it has came as a wake up call for every individual as well. And I have experienced the difference, and that is something, that kind of a life, the fresh air, the clean roads, and to be with your loved ones, be kind, be compassionate, that is something back in our heart everybody wants to live in. But it was just that consciousness was lacking, which definitely lockdown, this pandemic has came as a wake up call. And people are working, and I hope and I request that we shall continue doing that, right? I mean, now when you just don't when you go out, just be little conscious, and as much don't let your actions deteriorate the environment, and just be kind to each other. Definitely, I mean, government is doing their part, let us, we all also do our part.
Excellent. Well, listen, Pallavi, thank you very much for talking to me as always. I do like that sentiment that you have, like, the government's doing their part, we need to do our part. And obviously things like, the Indian farm protests and the dam disaster in Uttar Pradesh last week, they're all parts of that democracy of people, having their view and making protests and stuff. We need to be having these kind of conversations, and why do disasters happen and the impact on the climate. But at the same time, like you said, as an individual citizen of a country, but also of the planet, then you have to kind of sometimes trust politicians to do their thing. But what can you do yourself? And that's what I've always been impressed with, your sentiment and your own personal motivations with that. So that's great. So it's lovely to talk to you. Please stay safe and well, and I look forward to
Same
talking to you
same
again.
here, John. Yeah, that's always, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for having me with you and having this great conversation. Yeah.